Hi, I'm Kim Conis, Managing Director of the American Mold Builders Association, and I am here today with Don Dumoulin, who is the owner and CEO of Precise Tooling Solutions in Columbus, Indiana. Hi, Don.
Hi, Kim. How are you?
I'm great. Thank you so much for joining us today. So before we get into this short interview, I'd like to start off by congratulating you and your team for receiving Mold Making Technology's 2020 Lead Time Leader Award. That's got to be so thrilling for you guys.
Well, thank you very much, and to the MMT team and Gardner Publications and everybody that was a part of this. It truly is an incredible honor for myself, our family, and our entire team. So we're very blessed.
Exactly. Well, congratulations. Well deserved. So,
well, thank you.
You are welcome. All right. So to start, I'd like to try to say I'm going to ask you what project, what process that you've recently maybe worked on that you as a team are most proud of, that maybe pushed you in terms of capability or communication.
Yeah, and thanks for that great question. And you know, a little bit about us, if you will.
Thank you, because I meant to ask you that.
We're 35 people in about 30,000 square foot of manufacturing space, and we actually have 4 different businesses that we run inside what we call a specialty manufacturer. We obviously build new plastic injection molding tools. We have a separate business that does productivity improvement or repair and engineering changes, as most people call it. Our third business does CNC machining. And then finally, we've got a line of branded ergonomic tables and machine bases called ErgoSmart. So those 4 businesses give us a very unique, I guess, approach to the marketplace. While I consider ourselves tool makers, you know, that's only a part of what we do.
Right.
So to your question about what I'm most proud of, and it's just recently, I am really proud of the way our team has managed the COVID crisis. You know, it's very top of mind for all of us. We're certainly not through it yet. You know, I talk to our team about being, you know, game on about it all the time. And you know, when the COVID crisis hit us in February and early March, and governors all over the country were shutting businesses down, we deemed ourselves an essential manufacturer, and because we had some medical device projects in house at that point in time. So you know, I went in front of our team and said, "Hey guys, look, I know it's a nervous time." It's a scary time because nobody knows what COVID is going to bring. But the best thing that we can do is stay together as a team and keep working. We changed a lot of things that we did inside of the operation. We went to a 4-day work week. We said that once you're in the building, you don't leave the building. So we bought lunches, and then people brought their own lunches eventually. And we did all the kinds of things necessary to allow us to continue production and meet the customer deadlines that we had. You know, we take great pride in the fact that we have a 99% on-time delivery. And so we continue to keep our nose to the grindstone during that period of time. You know, fortunately, then the government came with programs like PPP and some other things. And while we're a bit slower now, it has helped us keep all of our people employed. Everybody stayed healthy. In about halfway through this COVID thing, we launched a new product with some friends of mine that actually is a screening device for COVID and other viruses. It's called Viral Signs, and actually can screen for viruses 5 days before symptoms appear. So I think CDC and other organizations know that a vast majority of the diagnoses happen when people are pre-symptomatic. So we've been screening our team twice a day for COVID, and fortunately we've not had any sickness yet. So we feel really good about it.
Fantastic! Wow, That's amazing, and that is something to be very proud of. How you've kept everybody together. It's about team, right? It's about
It
keeping
is.
you guys safe and working together as a team, and that kind of brings me to the whole idea of the way our membership, the AMBA membership, also comes together as a team, as an industry to make impact, right? So you can take that concept and kind of segue a little bit to trade policy and advocacy, which before this whole pandemic hit was huge. It was a big focus. And certainly your efforts in that area were amazing. And AMBA came on board the end of the last fourth quarter of last year in 19 to make that one of its primary focus, and you certainly helped to lead that charge. So I want to kind of talk to you a little bit about our advocacy focus and efforts, and to ask you about how you, kind of some background, how you became involved in that, and then how the AMBA network of members played a part in that effort as well.
Well, thanks for that question. Most people probably don't know, but most of my career has been outside the mold making industry. I ran big medical devices companies for most of my career and then retired and bought a mold shop. All during my career, advocacy, especially working with, FDA and people like that in Washington, I've found it to be very beneficial long term to the health of the business, right?
Right.
When I bought the company 7 years ago and then got involved with the AMBA, which if you're watching this and you're not an AMBA member, I would suggest to call Kim and the team and get your membership because it's really valuable. But I was asked to be on the board, and one of the things I think I brought up with the help of a lot of others is that we needed to be more active in Washington. And we were about that time that myself and others brought that up. We got surprised when the president's tariffs, which were helping our business at that point in time, all of a sudden got removed. And in my mind, it was crisis point for our industry. I think with the help of Lori Harbor's team and Omar's team with the Franklin Partnership, and certainly you, Kim, and Troy and others mobilized, and we were very we were helped out a lot, I think, by Congressman Pence, who's my local congressman and the vice president's brother, and we appealed to him real early with facts and data. We worked with the USTR. Omar and his team worked with the USTR. And fortunately, we were able to get the right thing done for our industry.
Right.
And I think that's such an important point, that an industry association has to support its members through whatever they're going through. And I think this was maybe the shining moment for the AMBA, because we quite honestly, may have saved an industry. So the work that you and Omar and the rest of the folks that were engaged, I think really did some remarkable work.
Right. Yeah, I mean, you're exactly right. And it was a pretty exciting time to have so many people join together for that one collective voice and to actually be able to move the dial a bit. I've been involved in some other activities on Capitol Hill and some other things, and never has something had impact like this did. So it's been really cool. So moving forward now today to where we're at, we talk about the tariffs they're on, our jobs starting to be reshored. What kind of impact are you seeing these efforts for your team now, and maybe moving, what could be the future impact? I know you talked about your book, your quoting book, and where it's at now and things like that.
Yeah, I think at least in my business, and when I talk to others on the board and others that I know in the industry, everybody says the same thing. The president's tariffs are helping small manufacturers. I think we would all agree that right now the global supply chain is broken. It will probably take a number of months and hopefully years to fix that if it ever gets repaired. But in the meantime, we have a perfect opportunity to show our customers that Made in America makes so much sense across the board.
Right.
And we know as a U.S. tooling industry and as AMBA members that we are the best and brightest in the industry. Not me personally, but everybody else. And what we know that we can fix any problem. We know we can build any tool, and collectively that's good for the U.S. economy. It's good for U.S. manufacturers, and most importantly, it's good for our customers. So I think we're going to see a real renaissance of manufacturing in America, and it's going to be, I think, a real bright day. And it's a great time that if you're not a member of AMBA to join in our membership, because I think we're going to be even a more important part of the U.S. manufacturing renaissance.
Fantastic. I couldn't agree more. I couldn't agree more. Well, Don, that's about all the time that we have today, but I truly want to thank you for continuing to advocate for the U.S. mold manufacturing industry. Whether you're an AMBA member or you're building molds here in the U.S., we're very proud of that. You need to join our team, but I want to thank you for helping to be that voice and to be so inspiring for so many in this industry.
Well, thanks, Kim. It's nice talking with you today.
You too. Take care. Bye-bye.
Okay, bye-bye.